Good evening. This is Fallen Dice, and welcome back to some more Star Rupture. We are in our base. Some more Star Rupture. Always forget about that. Got the monitor going. You on. Gotta make sure I got my notification stuff on. Okay, there we go. All right, so we're back here. I did a couple things between streams, one of which I ran my basic building blocks from our base over there. And I have them over here where they're going to eventually fill up this. But first off, they're going to a mega press, which is finally making me some intermediate blocks. So we're finally producing those, so I'm no longer living off what I had from the previous playthrough on this save. As you can also see, I started running these, so this is how we're going to run all the outputs here over to the next base. Again, I could use dispatchers, but from what I understand, the last time dispatchers were a big part of the reason for my lag. So it is what it is. We're running them this way. Probably would not be a bad idea eventually to get more of that sulfur. It's just the sulfur is not what I'm short. It's always things like chemicals and stuff. So eventually I've got to make that. But yeah, so that's where we are. And the place we're going to be playing with today, I'm calling it the Near East. Because it's not the East. And there's not enough stuff here for us to actually build anything major. I did get us set up over here with a small habitat. And we got the cooling node down. I've got some of these turrets here. I don't know if they're going to come from up there, but my assumption is they're going to be coming from either there, or in the front. So that's where I put this one. So what we're going to be working on here, and again, I call this the Near East because this will be the Far East. And this will be another big one. The stuff we did here is going to get sent over to here. And that's going to be our next major build project. Okay, but here we're limited with calcium, bunch of titanium, and a bunch of helium, which I want to include. And I believe I already got that. So it should just be these here. I'm looking to see if there's any. I did hit a few caves during the last couple star ruptures, and I did do some timing. And it is about 55 minutes between ruptures is what I timed it down to. So I don't know if it's a little bit random, 1 hour plus or minus, or if it's just 55 minutes, but that's the time I got. So I think the easiest thing for us to do right now is going to be to get these 2 factories built and then figure out how we're going to be running things over to here. Let's see. In a previous save, I basically had a road that went through here. Holy cow. That's a lot of those. Let's go make a trip over there. I think we're getting close to the point where I can double dip. We'll see how long I get the option for that, but that's kind of cool. And if you're unaware, if you harvest when they turn to tiers, initially brand new turn into tiers, if you harvest the tiers, you can also then use your mining laser to get the I forget what they call them, the ignitium. But it's only for that little bit of time between. Okay, where did I see them? What the heck? Where'd they go? I was looking at them from up there. Oh, man. Need to find them. I thought it was around here. Oh, man. Unless it's these and they haven't. It could be. It starts after they said it's the I forget which is which, the normal or stabilized. I think stabilized is when it works. And you got to get it before it's normal. No clue. I definitely saw there was like 5 of them in a small amount of space. And now I can't find any of them. It was easier when they were glowing red. Now I'm just kind of looking for the tiers to show up. Maybe down this way. There was one by itself, and then there were some more. Maybe this is where I was looking at. I saw these as well. Yep, there we go. Okay, there's the one I saw by itself. Hasn't fully grown yet, so where are the other ones? Are they... Okay, they're over there. Alright, so let me play with these here while we're waiting for that to be pickable. Acquired. I just didn't go far enough. So might as well grab all these while we're here. Okay, grab these last ones. Alright, let's go check her out. Are you harvestable yet? Yep, there we go. Got it. Perfect. See how many of these I can get before they stops being harvestable. Yeah, so that's just a cool little, I wouldn't call it a cheat, but a little hack. A little life hack. Sweet, got them all. See, I am going to need another one of you anyway. I got to put another one up there for the titanium. Alright, let's head back up top. And let's get some work done here. I might do a little bit more of the pathing. I'm not going to actually run the cables, but I might run some more of the platforms just so we can kind of get the feel for where everything's going. I may look at seeing maybe doing some piggybacking for the titanium.
Acquired. Come here.
Because
That's a snack.
again, calcium, I think I will piggyback the calcium. So wherever the calcium is coming through, I'm going to join that up between here and there, I think. Titanium's already pretty heavy, though, so it probably wouldn't be a bad idea to just run another full line of the titanium parts up there. At least that's what I'm kind of thinking. It's just now growing. Okay. So let's get over here. I put away some of the stuff so I can run over and grab some more in between. Let's get a pat down. Grab some more building blocks out of here. Kind of got the bare essentials right now.
Nice.
So grab all those. Grab all these. I don't think we're going to be here super long. I'm going to keep that one. I did this one the first time. I struggled getting things up. Well, actually, I did a lot more on that one too, so I don't think it's going to be that crazy. I was making all the things here. Okay. So I think we built... Let me pull my stuff up so I can see what I'm working with. Calcium. So I've got 4 nodes, 60, 60, 60, 120. Let's verify that. I don't wanna... Yeah, it looks like it probably is. Where is it? 60, 120, 120. Yeah, it is. Okay, gotcha. All right, let's get our... We need 5. Only need 5 smelters. Okay, I think this will be our smallest area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I mean, if these all stay above ground, I think I'm just going to make this the ground floor. Just so much easier. The thing is I don't care about the back area, because with as few as we have, I'm really only going to need like that and then a little bit behind. So I think we're good. Oop, nope, I need to go one more. Yeah, I don't want to go 3 by 3. 3x4 is the sweet spot. At least that's what I've learned. As far as the doubling the layers up. Okay, and I don't think I need another one, but we thought that yesterday for a bunch of things, and we ended up having to add more, so it never hurts. Okay. That'll be our second floor. Okay, that's the height there for that. Oop, gotta do these ones too. Okay, get rid of you. And the way I like to do this is I'll put the bottom floor in, put in the 2 pillars for the second floor, and then I'll actually place everything on the bottom floor, including the rail runs. Once everything's in, everything's hooked up, then I'll put the second floor in, run everything up to the top, program it all, give it some power, and then it's off and running, and then it's a fire and forget. I probably should set up at least the output. Tomorrow's Sunday, and I won't be streaming on Sundays, so that gives me a bit of time to oh, gotcha. Gives me some time to catch up on some of the stuff that I've been intending to do, but hadn't quite had the chance yet. And that will be running a bunch more cable all the way over to our next area there. That is going to be that's going to be a job and a half. Okay, I don't think I need to go past here on this bottom floor, because I should only have really one rail doing this whole thing, because I think it's 420 total is the output of this. Alright, so we'll put our smelters in. Again, we want them facing out to the edge. 3, 4, 5. Okay, now I got to figure out how I want to place my... No, I think I want them to all come down. We're going to come around this way and then go back up, because the closest one is here, so I can run it pretty tight. I think I'm going to run these ones this way, at least to get to the point where they all connect. This is going, like I said, it's going to be one single run. So let's see. I'd like to get this fairly even with the actual output level. That's pretty good. Okay, let's get you over here. First, get you lined up with this. Are we lined up there? No, I think I need to go up for one more. All right. Yep, okay. And then the same thing, I wouldn't mind getting you up a little bit so you're more of a match there. Okay. And then we're going to come over here. Again, see if I can't keep that same height. I really just like how rails look when they're maintaining a specific height. I wish there was a way to be able to look at something, get like the elevation of it. And sometimes it's hard when you're looking, because hills can kind of make things look like they're a height they're not. Okay. So I think what we're going to have to... Actually, let's see. I would like to come over here. Okay, again, try to keep as close as we can height-wise. You're going to be coming... Okay, and then I still do want to bring you up close to come out and then connect. Well, actually, no, I can make that run. Okay. Okay. And are we still the same height? No, whoop. Yeah, I think that would be. And actually, what we're going to do then is we're going to come over here. And then our first bump will be right here. And then it's at the same height. Perfect. I think it's going to be fairly straight across. I take a little bit more time on my planning stuff because I like even 90-degree lines, and these crosses are right now about the only method we have to really produce them, other than placing like kitty corner blocks. There's no 180-degree snapping that they've given us yet as an option, which I hope at some point is. That would really, it would make for a little less stress here. I mean, again, these work fine. They do the job. Just would be nice if there was another way of getting these angles. See, that's get my straight angles. How good do we look on level? Okay, not bad. And we come over here. Get our inputs to the smelters. Still got to look at what I had planned for the actual outputs. Both of the outputs for the calcium is like a huge thing. It just it's unfortunately there's, in my mind, not enough. My sound's on. Sorry about that. Let me go ahead and turn that down. All right. What the? No, whoa, whoa. You know. Okay. I was coming over here because I wanted to program. Okay, make sure this is the right height this time. I do believe it is. Okay, just still need to connect everything. Yeah, I'm thinking on this one, I might actually go looking on this edges, because apparently there's some of the stuff that's off in the radiation zone that you can just barely reach. And I think I did that with one of my titanium areas. Like, I ended up having more than I expected because I was able to reach a pure node that was just below. So I might actually want to look for that again. Okay, I don't want that here. So let's get this out of the way. Okay. Let's just go out to here for now. If I need more room, I'll take it. If I need less room, I'll cut it. Just rather be prepared for whatever's needed. Okay, now we just put these over here on the edge, directly above the output of the smelters. And then we run our smelter outputs directly up to those. Alright, and then it was 3 fabricators for sheets and 2 furnaces for powder. And those are all 60 and 60. So everything will line up perfectly. So yeah, I definitely am not going to need all of the space that I gave myself. Okay, so we'll do 3 fabricators. And just making sure 2 furnace. Okay, connect you guys. Yeah, builds like this go super fast. When it's a large number, then things get interesting. So like the titanium we're about to do after this, that one's going to be a little more interesting. Okay, so I only need 2 outputs. Okay, I think what we're going to do, take these 3 outputs. Daisy chain to there. And oh, that's not what I was trying to do. Nope, nope. Yep, so fill you, run you to here. And I don't really need to take all that extra space over there, because it's just going to run like this. So I will be cutting some of this out. Definitely not needed. Again, this is a very small footprint base. Okay. Now I just need to be able to get up there. Okay, where's the nearest? So basically, you run this off of a fully supported beam, you get a lot more area to run from. Okay, so I can put that there. Give myself good access to this floor. Alright, and then yes, just in case. Okay. So get these programmed. We don't have power yet, but they will shortly. And the way I like to do my builds, I love to get everything in place, get everything programmed, and then give it power and watch everything fire up. It's already way better than the last one of these I built in this exact same spot. But what I noticed is the more things that I actually built, the quicker and sometimes the neater and cleaner the builds, because each iteration, you know, I would end up learning a little bit more about what I was doing, or find a couple new little tidbits that kind of worked well. Okay, so I want to I don't want to take too much off. Okay. Come down here. Probably should also get rid of this then. And then I just take out the supports down there and this whole thing goes away. And we have a much smaller, much cleaner build. Cool. And then we didn't have to use that last back area at all. And I like that it gives me a little bit more room to run other things. Cool. Now, like I said, now we just got to run power. Or we've already run power. I just need to make a connection here. So what I could do, sometimes I will do this. Yep. And we'll just make a wire connection from here to there, which will basically feed into everything else. There we go. Get all of our calcium extractors running. We watch them run across, start feeding into our smelters. Smelters start running. Immediately start coming up into our fabricators and our furnaces. Outputs go across and feed into our storage. And this base is done. Alright, so now we just got to come over here and set up this one for our titanium. And I am going to need to put a additional core over here. I guess think I would like to just use that area here. So if we went and put core here, I just need to make sure it encompasses all of the titanium, which there's a lot here. Oh, colliding with the player. Where am I? Oh, there I am. Okay. If I put you there, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I listed it only as 2 different sets of nodes here, but I think I should probably. Well, I have the numbers for both. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to run this a little bit further back because I need all of the space here. Okay, I think this is as far as I can go being near the other one. Ooh, I'm very close to not being able to cover this one. Okay. Okay, that definitely looks all covered. All right, let's go with that. And I think I am going to stick another one of you here. I need to check. I never did check to see. Okay, overheat. Okay, we're good. I was going to say, I never did check to see what the heat level was over there. Curious to see if I could put one up here if I wanted to. Yeah, I kind of figured I could put one, but it would just be weird. Okay, what I do want to do though is I am going to put some defenses up here. I haven't been doing that very much in this world so far, and I really should do more of that. Okay, I think you just can't reach there. I know once I'm gone, it doesn't really matter. Because from what I've seen, they don't continue attacking if you're not there. Or they don't. Again, that's my assumption, my belief. Okay, but let's go ahead. Specifically for this one while we're building. Okay. That's 3 of those. That should, I think, keep me protected, but I need to go get some more ammo because I think I've only got, yeah. So I need to get some more ammo. And I don't plan on putting another one of those here. In fact, I'm going to end up removing that once we're done, because this isn't a big enough where I should ever need to come back here to fix anything. So I'll more than likely get rid of that. There's what I'm looking for.
I can use this.
Just take it all. I don't know how much I'm actually going to need. I'd rather have them completely full and not have to worry about ammo for the entire time we're here. And this should prevent us from getting mucked up while we're here. Just one of the things I'm doing this for. Okay, yep. What is the best way up here? That'll work. Get us up to here. Let's go ahead and get you guys some ammo. I have seen on some Reddit posts and things like that, and I can't kind of agree, but people saying that they wish that they could make these things quieter. They are a little bit obnoxious if you have them really close to your main base where you're going to be working all the time. Yeah, it definitely gets old. But definitely not one of the most annoying things in the game. Okay. Actually, no. Let's come back up here. Let's hide in this area while I'm looking at what we need to do. Because this is the fun one. Hold on. Oh. Okay. 1 and 2 are up here. It was 4 and 7, so it's a total of... So that by itself is a 480 run, and this is also a 480 run. Jeez. And... looks like 13 fabricators and 11 furnaces, and then we're looking at what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16 smelters. All right, so we are definitely going to have to offset this one, but it's fine. I need to offset on both of them. So let's come over here. I need to initially find out where's the lowest place that this thing can run. Okay, so over here, there's a couple spots. If I decide to say run it from here, the thing I'm looking for is that you're also not covered up. So if I did that, and now instead of 3 blocks in between, we're leaving 4 blocks. And how many smelters did I say I needed? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16. So offsetting them, I need 8. Oof, duh. Okay, looks like we may have to go this direction instead. I think this is a... What? I think I can go all the way up to that edge here. Okay, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These all have 4 blocks in between. It's always the big one. Make sure from the beginning everything is correct. I might put some more turrets. We'll see. Is there a way to... because we're going to be like 4 blocks apart. No, I think we're good there. So let me come down and take out you guys. And this one is going to be a fairly long, so it's going to, it'll be what it is with the edges here for the smelters, but I needed to go a bit deep for all of our fabrication, because there's going to be, that's got to be offset as well. But from the looks of things, whoops, this should be our ground floor, which again makes things just a million times easier. Because I don't have to place supports. I can just run everything on that main floor. Okay, we got one issue here. Okay, if I put you here. Okay, nope, you got to come up. Looks like a couple. All right. Okay, up a couple. We'll just delete you. Cool. All right, that's there. I'm gonna have to do that again for a couple over here. So there's gonna be a couple spots where it looks like I might have to do a little bit of supports. Okay, at least this section here could have been bad. If that was too low, then I would have had to rethink a few things. Because where those are, I'm gonna have to go up 3, and that's the max that I can take this up. What's funny is it still takes up the exact same, amount of space going the extra wide. It just does it in a different way. Yeah, so now we're 3 apart this way, but 4 apart the other. And I've tried a 4 and 4. It just causes way more problems than it's worth. You end up having all these blocks disappear as you're placing them, and that's just frustrating. Okay, I think we'll see. I don't know. I try to go one further. I am concerned with not having enough space for this one. If I absolutely had to, could I take that front one more down? Let's see. See what we can do over here, if we can make this kind of work. Okay, now if I did this, I wouldn't be able to use that row, but if this does work, I could technically add one more, because I wasn't done at the end on the other side. Yep. So now I just need to do it here. And I'll just delete the ones over on that other edge, which honestly isn't a terrible idea. Oh, okay, I was worried that one might not work. Yeah, it gives me a little bit more space here on the edge. So there will be some spots that I am going to need to support on the front. Okay. And for these ones, I'm probably going to do the entire back plus... don't need that there. Plus some of the third, because the first 2 rows are going to be for smelters, so it's going to take up a little bit more space than it typically does, meaning I've got to run all my cables a little bit different than I typically do. I'll do the supports here in a sec once I get all these run. So let me get rid of you before I forget. It'll be interesting to see how I fit in the furnaces and the fabricators, because the feeder bases I never fully plan out, so I don't use the Excel doc and graph it all out. Usually that's reserved for the intermediate bases where I bring all the feeder bases together. But this one is just kind of a monster, so it'll probably take a little bit of tweaking to make it work. Oh, Not a lot though, so we're doing pretty good. If we do get over to the other, or the far east tonight, where the intermediate base is going, it's probably just going to be mostly to set up the groundwork, because I have not done the math for that yet. So I think once we finish this, we've got, I want to get, not specifically the rails run, but I want to get the platforms and the connectors up. That way, afterwards, so probably either tonight or tomorrow, I can sit there and just start the tedious process that is running all those rails. Okay. Oop. Okay, let's come back over here. So, yeah, for here, I'm going to have to put up a support here. I don't know if I can make it. I can. Okay. So all the spots where there's where it doesn't connect, so these are good. Okay. You are not good here. Just gotta keep that down there. Okay. Okay, you guys are good. You are not. Just below the water line, so to say. Okay, these are all good. Did you any more of these ones? Does not look like it. All right. So let's start from here. I want to go from here though, because it's 4 compared to the 3 if I went the other way. Okay, like I said, I think we need to go 3 in. Okay, I want to do a lock there. There we go. So at this point, I'm able to still run through the whole thing. Yep, this is where we can't. Yeah, I wish all of them were the right right height. So sometimes I'm able to pull it off, but for one this big, it was almost guaranteed that that wasn't going to work. Still need to be ready to possibly go a little bit wider, because again, I need 16. I've got it planned for 8, just in case, though it doesn't actually fit that way properly. Okay, so same thing. So we put you here. Shit. I forgot. I don't have a choice but to go 4x4 at this beginning here. But I'm only going to do it for this one spot. The rest of it I'm keeping the way it's supposed to be. I just need to put these where they need to go. Okay, so I didn't need to do those. Oop, too low. Oop, I didn't want those all to be that kind of block. Alright, so yeah, I still don't want you all to be that block. If I need to run any yeah, if you try to run any rails on top of those support blocks, it won't let you. So it's just easier just to not do that. Should enough we haven't had any bugs yet. Let's make our way back to where the habitat is. Luckily I didn't put too much stuff here. Once we get the platforms run over there for the incoming rails, some of those rails actually only had 4, even including the titanium one. So I might actually be able to fit, because I'm only running 3 things, so I might be able to actually fit. Okay. I think you're the easiest one to do this on, so we'll just have to replace you in just a sec. Okay, so you won't let me put you... Interesting. Did something change? They didn't do any kind of update that I'm aware of. Yeah, weird. So it still lets me do on some, but not on others. Like previously, I was able to stick it behind these guys, but it is what it is. So I wanted it over there so I could actually see it happening. Done with the autosave. It's funny when it does a save right before a rupture, and then it does another one right during the rupture, so like back to back. And I've had times where the game crashes and I go to like the most recent autosave and it's like 15 minutes since, but then you'll have 15 minutes and 16 minutes, which makes it a little bit difficult to get your stuff fixed. At some point, all my power is going to get interconnected. It's just waiting for me to feed everything onto those rails. So technically, so far everything is connected except for this spot right here, because I did route all the things from that starter zone to the intermediate, which connected all their power, and then I ran that over the hill, and then I connected that with all the other powers. Although I may not have connected it with the... No, I did. In my running the parts for the intermediate, I actually did connect them. So yeah, we're connected everywhere power-wise except for this spot here. And as soon as it I connect it on the runs of the rails. It will also be feeding in. So slowly but surely, we're actually building up a pretty big power bank.
Temperature returning to normal.
I'm actually curious to see what it says our current power is. Okay, yeah, well. Oh, that's right. We're not connected. Derp. We just got done saying that. Let's come back over here. I like being up there between the turrets. So if something happens, I'll be notified. And they're way better at locating and taking things out. Alright, let's see where we were. What is that? Oh, when I was initially running it this way. Okay. That's right. That's where we were. So I'm going to try to leave everything else as is. Oh, interesting. You were not in the right spot. Because I don't want to rerun everything. But I may end up running into a little bit of problems up top on this here. And there's nothing I can do because of the way I run things. Although I'm not doing a whole bunch of other things. I'm not running all the inputs and everything. Ooh. You're not covered. Okay, I need to go up and I need to get another heart. I could fly back, but I mean it's right here. I gotta put another core over there. Because unfortunately, just finding things to go. Yeah, that section over there wasn't getting cooled, which means I probably wasn't going to be able to place any machines there. So I just need to make sure I cover this spot as well. Yeah, the spots that are still red are not being cooled. And this one's probably going to be the one that's going to be attacked all the time, while I'm here at least. Right, let's put you actually over here. Still covers all of it, right? Yep. Yeah, and you over there. Okay, good. Okay, we have everything here that I needed. Okay. Yep. All right, so now I need to remove you guys at this level. And I don't even think I need to replace because, well, yeah, because the second one that's coming in is going to sit on top of that, so we're fine. Okay, so now I can do that. We'll see. I may have to go a little bit further on the outside yet. But we'll see. So 2, 4, we're at 6 right now. 8. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 12, 14, 16. That was what we said, right? I'm pretty sure that is. Yep. Okay. We're definitely going to be bringing our rails in this way. But I think we're going to end up doing 2 heights here. So half goes into here, so it's 8. Oops. I don't know why I did that one there. 1, 2. 1, 2. 2. 1, 2. Okay, put you all in the right spots, right? Okay. Everything's going to be coming in from this side. So I need to put you here, you there. Let's go ahead and at least run you over to where you start. Okay. Again, 2 lines each are going to be 240. Glad you can't place there. So smelters are about to be done, but I still got to figure out how to fit all these fabricators and furnaces in. Oh, that's it for that. Continue on with our second line, which will do the other 8. And I think I'm gonna program this time ahead of time. Save me from having to do it all at once when I'm doing all the other things. But I am still happy in the fact that I've got nice, pretty straight lines. I am concerned, though, that I may have to, because I'm doing that one section as a 4x4. I might have to, like, put some kind of support here down the middle. But we'll see once we start running stuff up top. Alright, I don't know why I was standing over there. That's not the smartest place. So the bugs like to go. I think I'm going to put part of the stairway here, and then we'll have it run up the rest of the way. Whoops, no, we're going to put it. Sure. Once we connect everything, that'll be fine. Okay, I can use this to get up, and we can go ahead and start programming you all for titanium. So I get the programming part if you have multiple things on a single rail. I do wish that if there's only a single, well, actually there's nothing hooked up to it, so technically, yeah. But even if I had the lines there, it would still ask me which one I'm making. Okay, almost done with this. Now I can put the top on, but I do still need to figure out, actually let's do the extractors first. It's not a bad idea. I'm going to get up to where we got our turrets and hang out there. Yeah, and just feel a little bit safer there. I just gotta, I think this one here, there's 3 there, but that's a 240 and 2 120s. And then I need the 4 120s. Okay, not bad. So we got... Okay. Alright, let's... Uh-oh. How did that happen?
The Raptura is in
You were
a stable
definitely
state.
supposed to be far enough
Pilot
to
Arcadia
cover.
is returning to normal.
Okay, we're gonna have to move you then. Not a fan of moving it closer over here because it's now in a much more hostile area. But I need to be able to hit this last node up. I think I actually want to have this one going off to the side. I don't want to go over the top of it. Okay, so the first one. Okay, it's going to come here. Go up as much as I can. That will at least connect this first line. And I want to try to get the other line to be fairly close to this one. Okay. Or at least at one point it needs to be very close to it. So I can do this to catch two. Okay. You come here. Can I make that one from here without colliding with anything? Okay, good. I can. Alright, we'll get that last part here in a sec.
Arcadia 7 has finished regenerating.
Okay. Let's at least get this run part here first. And then we just got to run those two down. I could connect them into a, a 3 wide. But then I'm just gonna have to unconnect them again when we get to the base over there. I'd rather just let these run as. Although yeah, I think I should connect them. It'll be cleaner. Oh, auto save. Give it a sec. Okay. At this point, make that turn there. I'd like to do it closer together, but unfortunately that would put me into the rock, and I don't want to just go out one more just to connect again. Okay. Same thing here. Make that wide turn. But it is still technically a 90. There. Good. So worried I might have accidentally connected it to the middle. can't be there. Yeah, no, that can't be there. We'll have to figure out a different way of running that. Question is, can I get to there from here, or do I need to put some more crosses in? Okay, that works. Okay, all of our excavators are connected, and about as straight as we can possibly do it. Okay, I am going to need to figure out a way up, though. And it still has to be based off of one of these. I mean, I guess I can go this way. Nothing's stopping me here. Alright, let's start putting this in, and this one is going to be pretty big. And I'll just add those there. In the past, on some worlds that were super huge for me, I would, you know, lagging, I would come up the stairs, yet it just end up falling off. So I got in the habit of leaving a little extra at the end. You strike me as you're the wrong height. Nope, you're not. Apparently I just went too far and you didn't like it. Okay. Thought that's what I was doing before, but okay. And it might actually have something to do with part of the spacing issue I had to do to make the smelters all fit. Is there anything I can... Nope, just too long. Well, I wish there was easier... I mean... That's just complaining for the sake of complaining. This is pretty easy. What I wouldn't mind is for the physics to actually make sense. Instead of having to start on a block of support, instead of it realizing you are and fixing itself. Okay. I do need to go back underneath still and get rid of these extra supports that I don't need. I don't know why I put them all the way back here. Okay, last of those. So the fun part about this is going to be that the outputs of here don't quite match what the need is up top, because we're basically making beams and rods, which unfortunately, rods being 30 a minute, beams being 20 a minute, and each one of these outputting 60. In the past, I've made the top a little bit wider to try to offset and help that a little bit. I still can possibly do that. We'll have to see as we're laying everything out. Because if I need more than 16 things, and I'm not going to be able to offset it like I did down below, I am going to have to widen it out. Let's at least get the rails run up here. Still need to run the back smelters to these. But I do like how this works. It does save me a lot of space. I still utilize the same amount of space, but it's in just it's a smaller footprint, so it's not like so ginormous. And then again, when you look at it, it has a cool look. So I appreciate that. That's right, I'm going from there to here. Here. Keep it going there to here. I forgot about this part. Otherwise, I would have done it before I put the top on. But not a biggie. Okay, let's go back to here. Four rods is easy because with the offset, it'll be perfect for 2 outputs. And 9. This will be close. Let's do the 6. Let's do the 11 sheets in the middle. 5 and 5 is 10. That leaves 6, but it was how much? 6. All right, if I decide I'm going to add on over there. So we're going to do rods here. Okay, back it up. Now, because of the fact I know we're going to be doing some fancy juju, I don't think I need any furnaces. All fabricated, yeah, because I'd rather start with a couple so I have some room up front to move some things. Okay, I need. Again, it was 6 for. No, it's only 4. Okay. Okay, so we're feeding you. And you. And you are doing. And I do this because I prefer the clean look. Fortunately, I don't like that I had to do this. But since I'm doing it like this, I was never going to have it be in the same spot every time. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, let's see. 6 times 6 is 36, and 6 times 5 is 30. So I do need 2 separate groupings. So let's start with the 6 first, and then we'll do the 5. Oops, 5 last. This one might not be as crazy as I thought it was. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I need you here. Because that's going to be 4. Let's get the 6 down that are taking these inputs. 2, 4, 6. Okay. And so far, 2, 4, 6. One, 2. Kind of annoying to do it this way, but I'm still keeping the clean look. So we're still using the proper angles. Oop, you're wrong. Okay, back to there. So that was 6, and then I still need 5 more. But we're gonna come from a different side on these ones. Oh! I need more resources. Hopefully by now it started filling the basics, because it's prioritizing right now the intermediate over the basic. So hopefully it's filled. Yep, they're both full. Perfect. All right, I'm just gonna, oh, actually let's get rid of these first. Yeah, I still like how this one turned out. Lots of output storage, inputs coming in, so I have a ton of buffering, and this is what I was referring to as far as running the rail supports. I suppose I probably could have did the outsides and left the inside so it looks like it's being supported, and I might do that. That actually doesn't half bad. Probably won't do that on stream though. I don't know. That's, yeah. All right, but anyways, so we got those. Oh, I didn't grab yet. Yeah, I wanted to take all of you, and then I can't take all of you, so let's grab everything I can.
Ah, gotcha.
And we'll put some of the excess stuff in this storage over there. I do love having the ability to use these. They make just building so much easier. I don't have to run back and forth. Each of my major hubs has them. Alright, and I need to put the extra ammo away too. Okay. Still, I'm pretty much only using intermediates for the rails, so I think I'll get rid of most of them. Or not get rid of, but stage it. There we go. I definitely don't need all this ammo. I haven't had to use, the turrets haven't gone off yet, but they are there in case we do. Okay, let's head back over to here again. It's gonna be another one of those where I'm gonna be removing a lot of the space that I made because I don't need it. Okay, what the heck? I am terrible at this. All right, it's just a bad angle. That's it. It's not me. It's just a bad angle. All right, let's get back to, I guess this, or was I placing down? So add 2 and 4, which was the fabricators, and then I need 11 for the sheets. I think that's what I was in the process of laying down. 2, 4. So 2, 4, 6, 8. Nine, 10, 11. And then how many do I need for those? 9. Yeah, we're gonna have to add more. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. We definitely have to add more off the edge, but at least it's all going to be going this way, so it's not going to actually impact the rails too badly. I don't know if I need both, but I'm going to have them there just in case. From here, I'm going want to actually start doing this the proper distance again because I'm away from the smelters. Oh, darn. That's the problem over here. You can only go up 3 high. We've already got issues here. You're in the right spot. Well, we'll see what happens. Okay. Yes, we're definitely going to have some parts of this that are not covered fully. I don't need to go all the way back, though, so hopefully they're covered enough where they need to be. Because the plan I have is to run the outputs over that way and then have the 3 storage units over there. We'll see if that works. Yeah. Wishing this was a little bit better level. That's all we have to work with. Oh, a couple of you guys went too high. Okay. I think I would like to, let's go all the way from the beginning here. Let's run the whole thing. I don't think I need much further back there, though. All right. Shoot. I think I was at 5. So 2, 4, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Yep, and I was at 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And it was 9, wasn't it? Wait, how did I get these off in the wrong spot? Oh, you start... Okay, that's why. Okay. I was going to say, yeah, you definitely are not lining up the way you should. But we've definitely answered the question of how far we need to go. Okay, I think I'm going to go an extra 2 here. Give myself room to run the outputs. Oh, geez. Okay, just had to go from the right direction. It's one of those weird ones. Okay, back to the fabricator. Yep, you need to be centered on the gap so you're receiving your input. Okay. So let's come back over here. Get these set up first. Okay, 2 went to there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to do that, and that's all these filled up. So that's you go to you. 2, 4. Oh, I got to keep doing this too. All right. 2, 4, 6, and then 5. So you guys will go this way. Oh, come on. That's the problem we get into with some of these supports when you start to run the wires to them. And I don't think, because even if I put this back here, let's see what happens when I run the wires. Yeah. And you're right there. I don't. Okay. It's weird that you did it here, and it's the next place back is where I would have expected that to happen. This is pretty sure this is the 3 block. But the problem is because I sat it down on top of a support. That support no longer supports. I pretty much believe that as long as it has a base, it should be able to support blocks near it. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Yep. Okay, numbers are good. Every now and then, the numbers don't match. And that's usually when things get kind of rough. Okay. You went there. They only need to share if they're not in the right area. Because each one of these feeds one of those smelters. Okay. So technically, again, I could get rid of. Because you are straight shot, so I can actually even get rid of you. And I can get rid of you. Take up a little less space with all these crazy wires running around. Yep, and because they feed into one. Same as you. Because I also don't need you. Okay, I think I can get rid of you altogether as well. Okay, I need to rethink all this because I was doing a lot more than I needed to. Because you go to there, and you go back, which means I shouldn't be feeding you. Or you. Should be a simple here. You also don't need to be feeding over to there. Yep. You come over to there. You go over to there. Okay, you guys are all fed now. Until we get to here. Now, from here, 9 times 2 is 880. So I can basically daisy chain this all together. One of those. Okay. Alright, we'll try that again. Okay. Everything's run that needs to be run. Okay, so you were the last one going up to there. So I need you going to there. Again, each one of these will feed 3 these smelters. which is why we have to kind of daisy chain everything. Keep passing it left where the smelters actually stop. Okay, over there. And then when we're done, we'll pop back up at it. Again, like all the things that I do, the reason I do it is simply for straight lines. Okay, so that's all of those. Now, because I'm not making any titanium housing, they're all just going to daisy chain the outputs as well. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What? Yes, because I'm still separating them out. Okay, I was about to say I could just put it in a 3 wide, but no. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I want to keep them separate for here, running into their storage. Okay. See how far over the side I can take this a little bit further. Okay, good. And go 2 further out, which is perfect. Because I need to bring you here. I want to kind of middle it. That's a lot of connections, and we're about to delete a bunch of this extra stuff. So I like it when I can actually remove part of this, because every bit of this starts to, you know, if you do too much, starts to bring in lag. So the next big base we're going to be building over there, I am definitely going to have to graph it out, because first off I got to see exactly, I got to bring in all the inputs. Take to my sheets and figure out exactly what all I'm making. Oh, darn it. Get that all mapped out, and then using that, graph out how I want all the stuff, including input and output buffers. So this probably be one of the biggest bases I've made yet to date. But hopefully at this next base we can actually at this point be up to accumulators and stuff, which is something I've never gotten to at this point in the snowball. It's usually towards the very last area with the last bit of resources is usually where I get that. So I'm kind of excited about that. Okay. We did it wrong. Yeah, we did. As much as I don't want to. The first one has to be the furthest back so that it's not in the way of other things coming. Yeah, that was bad planning on my part. Easy fix though. Just have to swap these ones and then the ones up there. Okay. Yeah, I need you guys to be all the way in the back, because you're the first ones moving your way down, which means if you were where I was, that whole line coming there was going to block everybody after. Okay, So now it just runs over while these ones start to go in. And then I need to get rid of these as well. And you guys, I'm just gonna go like this. Okay. Now we can go back, and nothing's going to impede on the others. Just need to find a nice middle spot to place you. There we go. Alright, let's try this again. But in a way, that's going to allow us to run this whole thing all the way down. So the only... I like clean square angles, but if I can't have square angles, the other thing I love is everything coming in on different heights on a nice long rail. I do like that as well. Okay. Getting this over to where it groups up with the other ones coming in is going to be interesting as well. I still have one more titanium set to do over there, so I think that's what we're going to do next here. So I would prefer to do as much of the rail running between streams, because it gets really boring connecting 5 rails every 15 to 18 blocks. So we are not going to do that on stream. Okay, come to here. And to here. And I might change that end yet as well. I think I'd like to make some turns with it as well. But we'll know once we get down to that, because that's easy. I'm not going to be changing anywhere I'm pulling off of outputs. It's just going to be where I make the turn so I can feed them into the storage buffers. And I might, just like I said, offset them by 1 each so they can make the turn. Because the plan, I think, is to have the 3 of them facing that way. Okay, there, and you are the last. Oh, you were from before. I gotta get rid of you and the 2 of you. It's kind of confusing me there for a sec. Yeah. That was when I had them on the opposite sets of rails. Last of the sheets. And I'm not going to connect you yet, because I think that is what I want to do. Okay, let's connect you guys again. But instead, we're going to do this and this. So I'll run you to there. And run you to here. And then we just got to connect these 4. Bring their run over. So now, yeah, if I do you, 1, 2, no space, and I might change. Oh no, you have to stay there because you're doing this. Oh, I might bring it 1 more over. That's what I was thinking of doing, and I think I will. Put 1 more like this. And we didn't overheat, which is good. Because you go there. You go there. Oops, no, you go there. And we'll delete the super amounts of excess platform we have here. Okay, that goes to here. In. There. In. Okay. I like to leave like 2 blocks extra over where the last thing is. Which means, yep, this way. Cool. And I don't think we've really impacted support for anything else either. Trying to get down where I can keep. There we go. Get that faster deletion going. Uh-oh. Oh.
I recommend finding a safe place.
That was close. We got a little bit more time. Let's go ahead and get rid of these. Yeah, we got our habitat not too far away. We should be fine. Why am I going so slow though? Okay, yes. Okay. Well, that was the only places I hadn't gone yet, so I'll hit them on my way back. And then we'll head for the habitat. But I can actually say the pruning part of this is done. Ooh, I might have gone a little bit overboard. Let me see if I can't fix that. Okay, you still... I am confused. So where I have less... I don't know. Alright, let's head for the habitat so I can get up in the air. I don't understand why, unless the support is going up to the bottom side of something sitting on it. And then that would constitute it being considered not supported. Unfortunately. Yeah, man.
Head to safety immediately.
We should be able to make it still. Come on. For the autosave. Come on. I hate that it autosaves right at this point. That, and it was, I blame the autosave. Oh, there went all my food.
Waste of time.
Damn. I was there. I was there in time. That autosave got me. Dang it. Literally right there. And I lost a bunch of food. It's the only that's the only reason I really hate dying in this. Is because you end up losing part of what you have, and it's always the food. Care less about the building materials. Yeah, I'm down to 14 now. I can make more. I've got plenty. It just... not happy about it.
I'm healed.
Yeah, because of the autosave, I wasn't able to aim and know when to jump, so I got stuck on that lip for just enough. Just enough for it to catch me in the doorway. I was so close to hitting that airlock and being fine.
Planetary
Alright,
temperature
here we
with
go.
an acceptable
Let's go
velocity.
finish this thing up. I still need to go up to the top and program. So I think that's what I need to do right now. The bottom is programmed, just not the top. Okay. Alright, so- okay, you guys are rods. that sheets. Three, 4. And all I do with these bases, these feeder bases, is just make things that can be made out of that one ore, or that one resource. Okay, that was the last of these, which means these now are all the beams. Yeah. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Cool. Numbers all match. I just got to figure out what to do to make it so I can keep this even. It's definitely those. Yeah, because the... Oh, I'm missing this whole set. That's right. We had that problem where it wasn't quite... Yeah. That'll be why. And they're already at that max height. Nothing I can do. Alright, well. Just gonna have to be like that. So I'm just gonna run this the whole way then. Just for uniformity. Yeah, right now the way the game is set up, I have the max. I got a supported platform and 3 pillars. I can't go any higher. So this will at least give it still that uniform look. Instead of 2 extra blocks, just 1, which is fine. And it's not fine. Okay. It's only a block, but I am gonna have to fix this one. And that shouldn't be that hard. Because I'm not in a spot where I can't place them anymore. Oh, I needed to go in one. That's the problem. Okay, get rid of you. Replace the blocks that weren't connected. Add in our cross. Reconnect. Nope. Not okay. Reconnect. Okay, now I just got to program those. Connect power. And this ginormous titanium monstrosity is tamed. Okay, yep, and it knows exactly what's on sheets and beams. Okay, how much power do I need? Okay, if I put you here, you're overheated. If I put you here, I already have some here, didn't I? Yeah, over here. Okay, so let's say I put it right here. Come on. She's got to be able to somehow match it up height-wise. And then I'll probably just have to run a cable over there. How close are you to the same height? Okay. Is that the same height? That is. Okay. And then I think we just need platform blocks between. Okay, we're good there. Now... Okay, just need to run this across. here. And there. And I'm going to run it from this way so that it's not trying to send anything over here, even though the connection, there's nothing connected to pull stuff. But right now it's it's connected to the input of ore. Okay, and you're still 3 over the heat limit, which is actually fairly easy to fix. Oh. Shoot. Oh, I can still connect you here. No, like that you don't connect. But again, this is a fire and forget. I'm not going to come back here anymore. Oh yeah, overheating. I still need to put one of you down. And I'll put a couple. That should give us nice little buffer. Okay, we're good here. We are good here. Okay. I still need to get my outputs going. Okay, so we're gonna run a 5 because I've got 3 off of you and 2 off of you. Can I? Will you actually, or are you a problem too? You are. So what do I do to fix you? Okay. It is important for me to have that. Okay. Again, same thing. Because I placed it on top of here, it removes the block that was there and then disappears, and then you have to rerun it again. Still haven't quite figured out why they did it like that. Okay, so now we got you in the spots I want you on, right? No. Okay, let me try this again. Because technically it's going to swing by over there, so I want those to be able to go on this left area. Hopefully I can still run that, because I felt lucky that it had let me run it like this. Okay, still works. Got you. Did I just do it to the same way it was before, or did I mess up thinking I did. I either messed up the same way again, or I hadn't messed up the first time and thought I did. Okay, yeah, I definitely wasn't wrong the first time. I'd actually did it correctly the first time. And this will be yet one more of these rail systems that we're going to be running, connecting to. Okay, so let's see if we come down to here. Let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. I think it might be too far away. I think 20 is as far as I'm allowed to go. And I'm trying to run it all the way to the turn. Did I not drop you? I did not. Okay, I can come all the way out to here. Okay, so we are fine going to this point. Alright. Yeah, I don't think I dropped it. I do that sometimes too. Or I think I did, but I didn't really do it. Okay, so we'll put you here. Put you there.
Arcadia status stable.
Put you. think I don't want you. Okay. If I take from the two of you, I have known too that the only way you're allowed to clip is if you have rails going to rails, 3 rails to 3 rails, or 3 to 5, or how did I do that? And I'm glad that they do allow it, because it would be almost impossible to run a lot of the paths that you need to if you weren't allowed to clip at that part. Okay, so you guys go to there, now you're down to there. Run you over. Yep, and everything is working now. Everything's running into the smelters, running up to the fabricators, and everything's pumping over there. Poop. Nice and clean, the way I like it. Okay, let's get these connected to here. I just need to get it to the area where it's connecting with the other stuff, and then I'll leave it there. And then we'll head on to our other titanium spot, which is right up there. That one probably should be a pretty quick one. I mean, not that this one actually wasn't that... This one went pretty quick too, actually. I was a little concerned at first because of how much ore was actually getting pumped into there. But seeing as we weren't making the any housing out of it, I didn't have to fit the furnaces anywhere, which made it a bit easier. It's hard to believe I've got a third of all the nodes, I would say, now capped and producing, and I'm still moving this freely without the lag that I was already feeling at this point in the 2 previous worlds that I tried to do. So there's something to this method, at least at the moment. Okay, those are coming over here and up into there, I think, because squaring the path off, right when I say it, then I get a small glitch. Yeah, I think I need to go that way, probably hitting a left and then that way to get over to there. Or you can just start here, and that'll cut most of it. I think that's probably the better way for me. So you're already where you need to be. I will finish running those tomorrow. And like I said, I think I'm going to take out the insides and just leave the outside, because I like all the rails coming in. I just don't like it on sitting like that. So maybe I'll take the outside and then the 3 in the middle. And yeah, I'll figure that out. I'll figure that out tonight. That's something that we'll do between streams. But what I do need to do now is get this over there. Once I connect there to here at this part right now, we're at that point, everything is connected. All power is connected. So it'll be interesting to see where we are power-wise at that point.
Come here.
And I keep grabbing food even though I really don't need it. I have so much already. But that's why I have so much already, is because I keep grabbing it. So I guess no reason to stop.
That's a snack.
Oh. Oh no, I forgot I died. I didn't. Okay. Oh boy. Yep. I forgot to rearm. Okay, yeah, we're in trouble here. Forgot all about that. Okay, I need to get you up closer, I think. Okay, there we go. Good grief. I completely forgot that I had died, and I didn't redo my weaponry. Yeah, I'm not going all the way over there. This will be the closest spot. I think I gave myself a upgrade station here. Should be good. I'm excited to the fact that I'm getting closer to that first just ginormous base. That's going to be exciting. It's going to be big, though. I can already tell it's going to be very big. Okay. I've been using the short barrel with this just because it's got more spray for, like, what just happened over there. I would have used probably... Oh, no, I probably would have used the rifle. But it is nice that it has, like, that short range spread so I can hit multiples when they get really close. Okay, both filled. Okay, good. Might as well grab some more of these while we're at it.
Come here.
Yeah. Let's get up here and let's get the get this titanium done. And what I might do is maybe I run one full road. I'm gonna need you anyway. I run not a road, but I run one block all the way up instead of doing the 5 wide and placing all the rails on top. I can just run it in a line just to make sure, and then after that I can go back and do the rest of them. Okay. Ooh, wow, look at all these. Oh man, this is like a smorgasbord, and this is what I use for my main meal. Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought I heard some stuff. Yeah, there's more over here. Nice. Do I get 1 or 2 each pick? 2. And I think I need 4 per meal. So I had to figure out where I want to place the factory here. I think it said 5. Probably here. Yeah, 5 here. Oh no! I forgot to take the oh well. I'll have to get it later. I forgot to take the teleporter. Alright, so site 3, 60, 60, and then these 3 should be 120. So yeah, those were 60s. These are both 120s. Let's grab this heart. Yeah, I think the other stuff's hiding in the back. Probably want to... I guess we'll come over here. I just need to make sure it covers all of the nodes. Okay, so I can come... Yeah, I don't want to be too far close to where the factory's got to go. Yeah, it should give me the room. What am I... Whoa. What am I building here? 8 smelters. 17 fabricators. Alright, I think we're gonna go individual this time. So it'll be the 3 wide and just fit them lengthwise because we're going to need that space to fit all the fabricators. Alright, so let's grab you. Alright, as far as this goes, let's figure out where our low end is. Oh, helps if you lock it. Okay. Okay, so about there. it'd be if we, but I don't think we need to go that far. So let's start it here. See what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that would be 7 and 8. Okay. Alright, let's run you out as far as we can. I don't know why I haven't thought of this as a way of figuring out the height on these. Okay, lock you in. That actually makes sense. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope. What are you? Oh, you're colliding with that. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope. Okay. 8. 2, 3, 4. Okay, I have to actually remove that. Interesting. I didn't know that those would block you, but I guess it makes sense. Probably not gonna be the last one of these I gotta get. Alright, back up we go. Okay, we're already down to there again. And no housing, so luckily again we don't, it's going to be narrower than it could be as far as how far out these things got to go. Alright, so you're going to have to come up one short there. And again, may not go all of this way out, but we're setting it up in case it does need to. Okay. We're going to need supports for a lot of this. Would have been nice if I could have had the support pillars the bottom floor, but it's just not possible. So 40, yeah, 6 times 8 is 40. I was, for some reason, mathing in my head was throwing me off a little bit there, but yeah. So can all come in on one wire. Not that it has to, but I think I would prefer it to. Okay, this sucker up, throw in our supports. Okay, same height. Okay, sometimes it doesn't work on these ones when they're kind of buried in the rock, like the supported pillar, because it seems like it's got 2 spots that it could place itself in. That's usually when I run into problems, and I hope this doesn't come back to bite me. That's the one spot that I couldn't actually connect on the proper level, was right here. So instead I've got it in +1, so I'm hoping that that works. Alright, let's get you in here. This one's going to be kind of like the last one we did, where it's going to be somewhat spread out up top. I'm going to use the offset because I think I have about twice as many fabricators as I do smelters, so it's going to be a little bit of that. Okay, I'm going to use these where I can. And I think that's not going to be very many places I can. Yep. All right. Okay. Lock you in for the rest of the way. And again, the reason we have to run these is because of the fact that the first floor of this, in most of the spots, is going to be next to just straight pillars, which provide 0 support. So without running this, I wouldn't be able to place it. Okay, it should be all I need. I'm only running single file, so that should not be an issue. Yep. So we'll just run all these, and now we can put in the first floor. Then we can put in the smelters, and then I can see where I want to put the ore extractors. So they all come in on the same line, and I'm feeling like running it below this. So let's do that. Let's get this part run, so I can kind of see where everything's going to be for the input lines. But I think if I can, I'm going to try to run it underneath or low here, so it doesn't interfere with the ones going up to the top. Okay, I'm in the way. Alright, here we go. Back up. Yeah, I think that'll work actually pretty good. And then it'll connect with these guys up here. What do you mean you're colliding with something? It's one of these things again. I keep running into these where it'll only let you place one at a time. If you try to max... Okay, then we got past whatever it was. Or, nope. Yeah, it's a spot here. So luckily it's not very far, very much. Yep, same, still here. I don't know if it's because of the proximity to the ore node. Could be. I think I can get it low enough so it doesn't actually impact the output up to the second floor. Okay. I'm wondering, well, I'm not feeling the crazy that it's a lag, so I keep wondering if there's times where I should have maybe put in a split halfway through, but I think we're fine. It would require me to completely slide over by one block half of this entire area. No thanks. Alright, let's get in our smelters. You know, let's do the extractors first. Okay, you can't because you'll be conflicting with another building. Okay. And I pretty much have to get these to run the length of there to connect with those, because I want to get the path coming in from that way. Okay, so I go here, here, here. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. I don't think I can go the entire length, so we'll have to put like one connection here. Okay, and that's where we start to run into problems. Okay. Where we put that one there? I think we go here. Let's put in these extractors. Let's figure this part here out. Should be able to connect those two there. Okay. I think we have a path. And the reason for all of the silliness. Oh, okay, I gotta get lower. We put one in the spot. I want right angles, and right now this is the only way the game gives me to have, you know, clean 90 degrees instead of the little bowing out kind of thing that it does right now, which I hate. There are times when I'm forced to use it, but anytime I can do something like this, I always take that option. Alright, so you're gonna come up to here. You drop down to there. You come up to... Okay, so do I need to put you here somewhere? Well, you work there. I put you in a really bad spot. Okay, so I can't be there. Okay, alright, so I do need to go there. Alright, gotcha. Just need to bring it down to a better level. Okay, let's try that. There we go. Next up to you. To you. We just need to come here. Let's do it right here. Give myself a little bit more space for once. You are definitely not supposed to be there. One of the first times where did I get the wrong one? I did. Yep. And we placed it on a support, which took out all the stuff that we just got done doing. Okay. Need to put in another support somewhere else. Sure, put you there. That should be enough for me to cover the rest of this again. Yeah, it's one of the things that I really hope they look at. Having, just by placing a block, which still, if you look at it, is a base, takes away any... See? It's still a block. I don't understand the reason for suddenly making it not a block. Alright. I'll do it this way. Probably could have put the support wherever I wanted to and it still would have done the job. I just needed it to go back one block on each one of these. This will work too. And it'll probably actually work better. Yep, so this is one of those ones. See, I got multiple heights it lets me take. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and put the roof, or the roof. The floor back in. And I think it still allowed me to run everything, so we should still be good to go on that. Really? It's silly. But this is one of the reasons also why I chose not to use the structural one that lets you kind of build a little bit higher. Because it also takes and expands this, so you're suddenly able to build in ways you weren't supposed to be able to or not intended to. And I'm trying my best to play this the way it's intended. So the only mods I'm actually running is the one that's supposed to fix the 3 and 5 rails, although I haven't really seen it do a lot in the way of that so far, but I leave it in there and then the one that allows me to get a little bit further away with the this mode. Just because all it really does is make it so I don't have to keep stopping and moving my body over a few. I don't see that as game breaking. That's more quality of life, and it. Hopefully, there's ways of expanding it vanilla wise. That would be nice. Okay, let's get these in. Running over here into there, and let's go ahead and connect all of our smelters. It's okay to run when I have to offset these, but I do prefer the look of this when I'm able to place them just a single row. And it also helps up top because it means that the power or the rail inputs are what's the word I'm looking for? They're placed the same distance apart each time. If I do the offset, it's like gap of 2, gap of 1, gap of 2, gap of 1, which technically still at least a pattern, but I prefer these to just all come up centered like this. Okay, you guys are all connected. All right, let's go ahead and put that second floor in now. And second floor is where I do all of the fabricating and stuff. So run the wires and smelting down below, and then upstairs I just got the wires coming up, so it gives me a cleaner look as far as the entirety of the actual build. And that, in my mind, is like one of the most important parts of a game like this, is having it kind of with that satisfying clean look. All right, I'm not going to have this run the entire way. Where are you being like that? Okay. I may need to go further out, and if I do, I'll do it then. But I'll start this way, hoping I don't need to. Alright, let's get the rails coming up. Again, directly over the output of the smelters. And as long as you are directly above the like you can see, it's the exact same block, it will go up in a one block width. Okay, gotcha. It's one of those ones. I was like, did I do it backwards again? No. Yeah, so it just comes up like this, and you could actually put this anywhere in here, take out one block, and still be able to do this. If you're using a 2 high pillar gap between. If you're using something else, you'll have to tweak it and try to find what the sweet spot is. But I always do this for all my builds, so this to me is the sweet spot. Okay, site 3. So I wanted 6 rods, so it's going to be 6 fabricators offset. That's going to perfectly match up. And then 2 sheets matched up, and then we're going to have to probably go over the edge one way or the other. How far over can I get? I think I can get 2 here. I can get more if I place one more. I think that's what I'm going to do. The beams always cause problems for the simple fact that it only takes 20 per craft, so it means one output of a smelter feeds 3 fabricators, and there's really no way to make that match out when you're with them coming up, so it's always a weird offset, and I end up having to run a bunch of things to make it work. Yeah, and I can make it work, it's just a pain. Alright, let's oh, I need one more. It's funny, the perspective from over here, it looked like it was the right height. Instead, it was off by one complete pillar. Alright. So I'm going to save the beams for the far end. because all the other stuff will line up pretty well. All right, so I need, again, 6 for the rods. And I am going to offset these ones. I'm not going to offset when it comes to the sheets. Okay, so it's... you're wrong. Gotcha. I'm like, you're not lining up. So basically using this pattern allows me to feed up to there as well, as long as I have it in the gap, the opposite of what I just did. There we go. 4, 5, and 6. So there's our rods. And then how many of these were 2 sheets? Okay, so that goes to here. Okay. And I think I'm going to do this like this because I needed 9. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, perfect, 8, and 9. I'm gonna have to use some of the back here to route all the outputs, but this does work. All right, I'm gonna do these ones first just because it's simpler if I know exactly what's left. You guys go there for that. And you go there for that. And that'll get me all the way to the beams. Go to there. Go there. Go there. Again, this is... I like the clean way all these cables run. So when you look at it from above, it's straight lines. All straight lines. No twisty, turny things. The only ones that get a little weird at the end are going to be those beams because of the fact that I have to do some weird stuff with them. Okay. You are already centered here. So this specific input will feed these 3. Okay, we're going to have this problem a few different places. Again, the same problem. As soon as you place something, it's suddenly, even though it's sitting on a pillar, it's no longer supported. Really not a fan. And sometimes it'll take a whole bunch of stuff. Like if you're deleting a block, that block is going to impact more than one. Don't you go there. More than one. So say I was going to delete a block here and it shows all kinds of yellow. At least I know what I'm doing is about what it's about to do. It doesn't work that way with when you take out a like place something and it deletes. You actually lose the stuff. It doesn't even give you the stuff back. Not a fan. My guess is, yep, if I place this here, same thing's going to happen. So I cannot place a block over this. Yeah, I might as well even just get rid of it, but I don't know, I like the look of it. Okay. And this should be all I need to do. This should actually make the rest of this work. We will find out. Okay. Again, you fed those 3. Okay, now you need to feed these 3. And then you feed those 3. So this is just going to be a daisy chain. Yep. Guess we need to do one more. Thing is, I think that's just something we're going to get used to. My guess is that's as intended.
Yeehaw, got snake eyes.
Hey, Tisma. Hey, appreciate the follow. How's it going? Yeah, I have the sneaky suspicion that this is an as intended thing, and that's, I don't know, maybe if enough people complain about it, but I don't think that's going to be the case. I think it's just something we're just going to have to live with. And if I think about it ahead of time, I can avoid it. Unfortunately, it's the beams. It's only the beams that cause the problem. Everything else works out just fine. It's the beams, because I have to put so many of these in to be able to feed it right. Again, to give it that nice, clean, straight angle here. Let me see. I am going to go ahead and connect all this, even though... Oh, you're not going to let me do it that way. I don't think I'm going to use it all, but I'd rather... We'll use this enough to get everything run, get it set up to our storage. And then I'll just... Whatever extras left over, we'll take out afterwards. I'm wondering if it's because it's underneath the, or it's so close to the the top of that. Yeah, I don't think I can put 3 of these here, but I can. That would be the best possible way to do this one. Okay, so that'll connect with those 4. I can put you. I don't want it to go too far. So let's leave like 3 in between. And what we can do... Oops, I'm going to need to use these first. I can make it so these are pretty easy to line in. And it actually centers on that, so this will be easy. Same with these ones, because I can just do it like this and that. And... Hold up. Gotcha. No, it's... Never mind. I need you guys here and here. Go ahead and take this out. Mistook them for the 2 sheets. The sheets are going to actually go straight up here. I was kind of hoping that they would actually... One of these would match up right on top of it. That's those 3. And then I think for the rest, if I go here, okay. I should run the ones that I already know where they go so I don't accidentally run something else into it, because I already put those in the wrong spot again. Okay, it needs to be this point to here. And that point. And then the other ones are just going to have to... let's connect these here. So you go to there. And I could make them go further down, but I'm still trying to be able to close or undo some of these spaces. Trim it a little down there. Okay, so you guys are all going to daisy chain right now to here. Okay, and then I just need to connect you guys. So right now, rods and sheets are connected to storage. I still need to program everything. Okay. Yep. Alright, and then for you guys, just need to put you there. And then you will run down this path for the rest of you. Again, you guys are all going to daisy chain into storage. Having the 480 lines is... Oh. Oops, I haven't put down a habitat yet. I was just trucking along, doing so good. Okay, where's the best place for this? It looks pretty rocky. Okay. Would be nice if I could float around. Alright, go. Pretty sure this is going to be a temporary. I don't foresee me having to come back here at some point living in it. Most of my feeder bases are what I call fire and forget. So I build them, I run the rail, and then I never look back at them again. Unless I'm having like a specific problem, I don't see a reason to come back. Although I have in the past, when I was struggling badly with lag, I would go back and try to disconnect all of the power to everything I was building. I don't see that being a problem in this world, though. So far, I've been doing really well. And I think most of the power to separate... Yeah, I'd have to go back and forth between them. Hopefully I don't come to that. That would kind of suck. It is nice not having to worry about lag. And again, so far this theory that I'm working off of is actually doing pretty well. The theory being that dispatchers and receivers cause an insane amount of lag if overused. So far, I haven't used any. I'm going to have to, on this next base that I make after this, it's going to be so far away from where I'm sending stuff, and I don't want to have to run a rail halfway across the map. And it's not going to be a rail, it's going to be like 10 or 12 5-wide rails. I don't want to do that. So at that point, that'll probably be the one time that I use the dispatchers, because once I get on the other side of the mountains, then I'll be able to run rails again over to that side. So that's the plan, that's the theory, that's the thought. That's the premise we're working on. And hopefully...
I need water.
Hopefully this continues to work, because so far, it's actually working well. Which is cool. But we'll see as we get further in. The current area we are, I think I was already starting to see stuff, but the next one is big. Big in two ways. It's big in that it's going to be our test to find out if this is working and if we're going to be able to build as big as I'd like to, but it's also going to be big as in very large footprint. So kind of in both ways, it's a pretty big one. Can I fly right now in the drone? Nope. Still won't let me. Would be nice. The rupture mechanic, I like it. It's cool that it, causes it changes the way you have to play the game and everything. But I'll be honest, I wish there was a way as you got further in that you could negate the effects. So there'd be a way that you could be outside during or something. Because like when you're concentrating, especially like when I do my multi-level large builds, and you can easily get lost underneath. It sucks when you're over there, you're grooving on the on your build, and then the rupture comes and it just completely throws you off, and then you come back afterwards and you're struggling trying to figure out where exactly you left off. Builds like this are easy. It's all, you only have single lines going into and out of. The larger bases, I have spaghetti everywhere underneath. And I think on this next base, I'm going to actually have to put in some real, like, honest to goodness time trying to figure out the best possible way to put the incoming storage or incoming storage lines as close to where they're needed as possible. I'm not going to be able to do that with all of them, but if I can at least get some of them, that will reduce the amount of chaos that is running all that stuff. Now, the one we just did wasn't too bad. Unfortunately, it also wasn't the super big one. It still had a bit of stuff, but I've definitely had bigger. Okay. That did work. And I think we'll run that over to here as well. Okay, now I can get up top because I still need to program everything up top yet. But let's finish running everything first. Okay, yeah, we were right over here. Daisy chaining our outputs to the storage. Just like this. And like I said, as soon as this is done, I will go program, drop some power, and with the exception of running the outputs of here, that'll be it. This whole base will be completed. And I'm not going to do that on stream because the last time I did it on my own, or we did it on stream, it was basically, it took the entire stream. And we're talking 3.5, 4 hours of watching me run Rails. Do not want to do that again. Alright, so nowadays I just do that off camera. 2, 4, and this should be 6. And then 2 of you guys as sheets. And then the rest is beams. And I've got like 2 titanium nodes that are sending me nothing but the 3 of those, which is usually, I don't have a lot because I usually end up making a ton of titanium housing with them, with at least the sheets and beams. And so I discovered at the end of my previous playthroughs that I was always short on beams. That was always like one of the big culprits. Okay, you are beams. Sheets. And the snowball of this base, the reason I'm calling it a snowball is because every single one of these feeder bases that I'm making has a big storage at the output, and then it sends it on to the next area to be utilized. And at the input is yet another large storage. So I end up having, before I even get to where I need the items, I've already got minimum 2 full storages or 32 stacks of that item. And then if I forward it even further, it just compounds. So even though I don't have the, if I was constantly using it, I wouldn't be able to, I wouldn't have the throughput for it to go forever. But I don't believe I have to go forever. I just need to go long enough to build the stuff that I'm trying to do endgame. And my goal is to reach the point where I have a full large storage of every item. So those last ones, nanofibers and things, are going to be interesting. Okay, so you're basically, when we're done, is going to run all the way over here. And it'll connect with that area we just were in, as well as all these things coming through. And then we're going to be heading over to that section. So let's go back to this other one here. I think I'm going to leave the teleporter there for now. because that's kind of the central area that I'm going to be running all this stuff to. So I'll do it for now, but I need to jump back from here through the portal. I think I was probably closer to there than the portal. Whatever. Grab some more. I don't think I have any. Yeah. Grab some more of the crystal building blocks. Maybe another meteorite heart or two. Definitely need some more building blocks. And then we're going to come back here. Like I said, I want to run that one block path over this way. Figure out which side it is. Probably I want to make it like what I would consider to be the far left block. Then I know that I gotta go 6 wide. If I get to a point where that doesn't work, then that'll again give me a data point. So I know, okay, I need to shove this whole thing over such and such. But I want to get to there so I can have an idea of where all the inputs are coming from. And then I can set up the beginnings of the base where all the, again, yet another bunch of storage that I want to run all those lines to. So while we're building the other thing, it's going to be filling all those up again. Again, that's the snowball, is that it's always filling up behind. Okay, so let me grab all of these that I can.
Nice.
I think I already have a bunch of intermediates, so I'd like this to keep pumping out the basics, but I mean, I've got plenty of intermediates there now. Let's go to special. There we go. Give myself 3. Let's give myself 5 more. Let's go with 6. And maybe I'll set them up along the way. Okay. Split. I need 500. There we go. I just want 500, that's all. Okay. Anything else? I don't think so. Okay, let's go back to the Near East, and then we're going to be on our way to Far East. Alright. So I want to leave you here for now. I think I want to try to start this on this edge here where I've got that feeding into. Yeah, storage everywhere. And I haven't heard anyone tell me that lots of storage is a problem. So I'm basing my decision on that. That is not a problem. All right. Yeah, I still want it here. So let's... I'm not going to lock it for once. I do want to lock it. If I can keep these at the same height, that makes me happy. Okay, so I need to... get rid of you. Yes. As much as I can keep it at a single height, the better. Oh, good grief. How far do I have to go before I can...
Is in its stable state.
Okay, nowhere. Alright, at this point, I just want to make sure that this gets over the top. Holy cow. Okay, if I put you here... and then put 1 block up. Uh-oh. I see a bunch of vermin coming. And they're coming to a spot that I don't have turrets.
Reloading.
Okay, he changed direction in the air. I just saw that.
No more distractions.
I swerved over to try to dodge, and he literally changed direction mid-jump. Okay, I call shenanigans. Okay. the autosave. So I just need to make sure I can get over these rails here. And then, yeah, when it puts up the rail on top, we'll be fine. Alright, let's keep running this way for as long as we can. Again, trying to keep the same height where possible. Still working on the premise that I think one of the best gap distances is 18. I believe you can go up to 20, but 18 I know for sure will get you up a couple heights, because I think an entire area in elevation counts as a block away too. So. Yeah, so not maxing it seems to be the best way of doing that. Okay, how high do I need to be here to be able to come down? I like to change elevations as few times as possible. Okay, how far can I get with this height? Okay. So I might put you here to get you over the hill, and then maybe that'll get me to the top of that one. But again, keeping that same height. Oh, I gotta move. Well, it didn't like that.
That's a snack.
Now, I still have to go a bunch ways to the, wider on these, so
Acquired.
it'll change a little bit based off of the side heights, but yeah, like this thing here, I have to make sure it can go over the top of it. Oh, I'm grabbing these. We're about to hit the area that has 1 million of them, or 200 plus to be specific. Oh yeah, the star. It's like, why was I wanting to go up this way? Again, as I said before, I love having these teleporters. It makes this so much easier. Like, I can't imagine playing without them now. Like, actually starting all the way over from scratch would be so painful. I think we're probably going to have to make some swerves with these, but we'll figure out as we go. As long as they all move as a group, it'll still look good. Oh, I gotta get you back to locked. That one I had to actually go 19. I think this is a spot we're going to have to change. But we're going to go that direction. But we can almost take this straight now. So it was literally a straight line up until, well, depending on if I have to slide over at all. But I think we can pretty much take this all the way there now. Just barely caught that one at 18. started using this as a way for gauging heights. I think that'll work that way. And I got to take away the tops on these because they just disappear. When you're placing blocks on them, they'll just like completely disappear, and then you have to place it twice, which is, again, another really annoying thing, because at that point it's saying there's no support, so it disappears. And then if you just place it on top of a pillar, it says, oh, okay, that's supported, and that works. So unless it's an actual pillar like this, I just got to leave it unsupported. I'm going to put you in here just so you don't look like you're floating. Which I prefer not. Yeah, I don't think with this in place. Wait, what? What? One, two, three, 4 pillars and a supported. What the heck? I can do that? That just... Oh my goodness. Now I can make it so my floor is always supported. Oh my god, that is amazing. I didn't know that was possible. That for me is game changing. Wow. I'm just in shock right now. That is so cool. That is so good to know.
Acquired.
Yeah, I am 100% going to be, I'm not saying abusing, but using the hell out of that. Come on, let me through. You're not. Okay, fine. I will go around. Yeah, this is not going to be fun to do multiple times. Because I'm going to have to go through this the first time, which I am right now, placing all like a single pillar so I have an idea of where I'm going. Then I'm going to have to go through a second time, placing the rest of the pillars. And then a third time, placing the rails, but each time I'm going to have to actually physically go through here. Put you down there again. It's funny, I was only doing it to make something look good. I didn't know it would actually work. So here's my question. All right, let's do this. If I put you here, 2 and 3, can I place you on top? Does it have to already be placed? Is that what caused what made it let it do what it did? Yeah, because I can't normally put you on here. Okay. So maybe it's not as useful as I thought. We'll see. We're gonna have to experiment with that a bit, because that just, even at the worst, it's still like, let's see. Hold on. Let's try this. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Nope, I want it to be the same height. Let's get this here. Experiment time. If this works. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Because what I'm trying to do is if I put you here, put you here. Can you, if you're between... Nope, I can't do that. Okay, no, that doesn't work. I'm trying to figure out how I could trick. How I could trick it into. I'm gonna have to do some more work later. Right now, I don't think this is gonna work exactly the way I wanted it to. It would be nice if it did. I do want you locked in position if I'm going to do this, if it lets me. Yeah. Okay. This is where this one's going to go. It's going to take up this whole area. So I need to swing over, because last time I didn't use this, like the whole of the area. I want to be a little more useful of it this time. So, okay, if you're the inside, hold on. It'd be 1, 2, 4. Say it's 8 wide there. Okay, let's say we go there. That's 8. And then it would come across here. I think the only way to make this work here would be to start at this spot. So how far away are you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11. Okay. How far can I get you before, or how far do I have to go before I can actually make you? Right here. Okay. If I put you here, and then I ran you, just trying to see. Yep. Okay, I can make it across. That's all I needed to know. Yeah, we'll get rid of you. This will look good when it's done. And then this would be where we would want to make that turn. Going this way, and then probably connect it over there. Alright, I need to remove all of you. This is how you were before. We're not using you that way anymore. Okay, that was all. Again, this is a world I already had played in, and I basically just deleted everything so I could start over here. So that'll come in this way, and then we had to figure out how to make all of this function better than it did last time. And I do have a bunch of stuff coming in still. Yeah. I really have to think about this here now. Do I want to make 2 separate bases up here? Because I could. I could try to make one up here that just takes all the stuff from these things and produces the stuff that we would normally use. Problem is, there's a huge chunk of this area that you can't use. So it makes it really hard unless... Hold on. Okay, let's come over here first. Let's get our teleporter set up, just so we can kind of go back and forth. But I might want to bring enough for one more if I'm going to build that first thing over there, because this is going to be the big one where everything is combined. But if I can take the calcium from over here, run it back, pick up the wolfram, and then combine it with the titanium back there, I could make a bunch more of the stuff to send in here, and then this one doesn't have to be as big. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Okay, still got some guns here. Okay, let me see. First off, I need you. Okay. How far can I go over and then bring you down? Okay. So if... First off, let's get rid of the stairs. What if I do the shallow? Will this actually meet up with the... It does without a walkway. So I think I want to move you a couple blocks over. I think that is about the best way to make this work. Okay. Try that again. If I wanted to bring you over here. Okay, perfect. That's the height we need. Put you here. Needs to be like all things, 3 wide. If it isn't, it's wrong. And then I think I need to put a couple of you here. No. I want you all up at this level. So the only one that's going to be low is going to be the habitat and the... Oh, that's right, I did do that. Yeah, the habitat and the... Oh, I'm struggling to say things. And the core. There we go. Got it out. I do think I wouldn't mind having... This one's going to be... We're going to be here for a while. So I wouldn't mind having some defensives here. Okay, and then you are gonna... Oh, and it's perfect. It's already 3 wide with the 1 gap on either side. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, so you guys each needed to be on a support pillar. Then I should be able to run you all the way down. Yeah, it's coming off a supported pillar to let you like run it down about 6 blocks. Perfect. Pathway up. I do still need power. Okay, let's put you here. And I think we'll go ahead and route this to there. Let's go ahead and get some more turrets going. Put those on that edge so I can actually have them facing both directions. We'll have to look into seeing if I want to place pillars elsewhere. Facing up, facing out. There. And you guys are right here. Okay, good. Do you actually have... How much ammo do you guys have in there? You're almost full, aren't you? No, you're not. Okay, never mind. Okay, so I've got you. I still need to label you. And I think I'm going to go grab enough for another one as well. Our east. Middle base. Okay. Need another 500. Ooh. Oh.
I can use this.
I have way less of that than I thought I did. I need to look into making a machine to put out the ammo. Huh. I did not realize I was... Unless... Let's make sure I didn't have some in Near East. Building. Standard ammo. There's some. Still not a lot. Can at least put a little bit in each one. It's not going to have a lot. Okay. I'm going to split a few of these. I think that might be what I did the first time with those other ones. You know what? I think I got enough to give them each 300. And still have some left over. I should only really have issues with this when I'm nearby. Or when I'm building. Okay. So we're going to place this other one over there. I have to see. I have to get close enough to see... by placing or pulling out another core to see what the available floor space, however you want to call it, canvas is, to see if I can put a decent intermediate base over there. Ooh. So then, oh my god. That is a lot. That is a lot. Good grief. Dude, look at them all. Even with the turret, man, they would have, the amount of ammo to be going through. Jeez.
Reloading.
That was a lot. That was absolutely a lot. Did I just never come this way to here? Yeah, this is all part of this. Oh, and yep, and a Goliath. Okay. Hold on, where am I going? Go this way. Jeez. Yeah, okay. Alright, we're Yep, I need to... Not with a Goliath around. That's way too many, Okay. Man, I could have sworn I'd already gone through with that one. You know, maybe I never built a base here. I don't think I did. Yeah, this is all new area to me. Okay, are you coming or not? There we go. Trying to bring them all up here. You can take out the Goliaths with just the shotgun by kind of jumping around, but when there's this many other mobs, it really affects your ability. Oh, I needed the other one. Where? Why does it keep not giving me the shotgun? Why am I not getting the shotgun? Do I not have the shotgun? Do that and they'll keep shooting at him. You can get his legs and then do some. I'm not understanding why I don't have my shotgun. I could have sworn I picked... You guys are out, so now I need to bring you a separate direction. Those other ones I just put in. I'm still trying to figure out where my shotgun went. I definitely picked to have the shotgun as well. I need you to turn away. There we go. I gotta figure out what the heck is up with my shotgun. No weapon. Why? That makes no sense. Beats me. Okay, I gotta finish that one over there. I'm mixing up my playthrough, so I know my second playthrough I put a big base here, but now that I think about it, I don't know that I ever really came here on that first playthrough. So yeah, that's all the stuff that's coming from these ruins. Huh. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that at all. There's a bunch of them coming in. You have the chance of getting splash damage if you can line them up. Plus, you can be a little bit off. You don't have to be exactly on. Okay, what else is here? That was weird. I mean, I get the Goliath because of how far away we were, but I mean, I wonder what blueprint it has. There we go. Getting two at a time. Let's go around here and see what else there is. It's one of the reasons why I always do these during the daytime or I
need water.
Pre-rupture or post-rupture. I do it when everything's grown back. Because otherwise, when you're running around out of nowhere, you'll get attacked. So, but once you kill them the first time, they're gone for good. Okay. I don't know if I'm supposed to get up there at all. Yep. Wait. I've already gotten it? So maybe I accidentally did this one when it was Well, this is the first world I played in, so maybe I wasn't on to the killing them during the daytime yet. And look at all those pure titanium nodes. This area out here is really nice. It's just finding a good spot to build a base. And I think this might be. I just need to make sure. Because right here, I obviously can't build. But what else do we have around? If I can get enough space, especially say over this water. Okay, so I have this whole area. The other one I was thinking of was over here. And I could build between these two here. Let's go over this way where the Wolfram is. Is it Wolfram? I don't remember. That's the one I want to look at, is this far area over here. Oh my goodness. Trying to remember all these places, coming to them. I think that was to go up there. I think there was Goliath up there too, if I remember right. How much ammo you get? I think you had quite a bit. 500 something? Yeah. Okay, I think this is where I built this titanium one. And I did go up there and build one up there too. Out of curiosity. I don't think I went back this way. I need to look more on these outer edges of the map. I need to do some exploration and see if I can find some more calcium. Or wolfram. I do know that there's some areas up there where I can pick some wolfram up out of the raid, drawing a blank, radiation zone. I died a couple times doing it, but I put like a habitat nearby, and then I just had to go in, place down the structures, and I probably could have from up top, but it's, yeah, I think that's doable. Okay. I think this actually is the spot. I can put you here. Oh, and I know that spot that leads over to there. Have I not done this yet? Oh, I have. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I think this is actually a really good spot for us to make that middle base. I can pull all the things over to here. We're definitely... I think that's what I need to do next. I need to go back to one of our previous ones. I need to get ammo going. Or look at what the standard ammo is. I'm trying to think of where I want to put this base. Because I want to be able to put down that teleporter here. I suppose I could put it in a temporary spot for now. Because I have all this area here. Alright, so let's see. Again, not trying... I could do this to capture these parts of the... Okay, titanium... Our wolfram was up here, I believe. No. Oh, calcium is up there. Did I get that the last time? I'm not sure. There's a lot of stuff here. That's calcium there. Wolfram. Calcium. I need to look and see what's over the edge there. A ton of titanium. Is there a way to set this up right now to build it? No, that's in two different areas here. Okay, you're already there. Maybe that's where I put it. Because you're already set up there. Yeah, let's go back over there. I think that's a decent enough spot. Because this is... We're going to be here for a bit. I have to do research on here. I have to get all the different node totals. And then figure out exactly the dimensions I can play. So I'll have to come out here playing around with the the platform blocks and things like that. There's lots of flat areas for the individual feeder bases too. Yeah, I definitely think this is a smarter way of playing this than I did on my second playthrough. Again, this is my third full playthrough. And the second one, I took everything from here and fed it in over there, so it just combined with a bunch of other stuff. Got a little bit crazy, so I think this is going to be smart here.
I need water.
Yeah.
Ah, tasty.
And I think I'm going to put the hearts in here. Yeah, I got a decent bit of ammo. What's in here, I wonder? What, do I have anything? I don't think I came here to check out before. Do I have anything in storage?
I can use
Okay,
this.
yep, I definitely got some stuff. Empty, empty. I think this was before I had the larger storage too. Okay, yeah, I think this is where I want to put teleporter. Okay, put you there. Okay, lock you in. You just increase the size of this area here. Ease of access. I think on this side we'll go with the steeper one. Somewhat a waste, but I really hate running up to these places and trying to figure out where I can go. Spots where it won't let me go down because it's not a supported pillar, so I just need to add that in under here. Okay, does that solve our problem? Will you let me place them down now? Yes, you will. Cool. Right, let's go to our middle base. See what it takes to set up a farm for standard ammo. That's about the only leg I get is when I initially zone into a new area that creates everything. Okay. Oh. It's basic and wolfram. Okay, so I need to add yet another. Okay, where can I put another one of these? Which one do I need to do it in? Is it another mega press? It is. Okay.
Ruptura activity detected. I recommend finding a safe place.
Okay. Oh, we gotta... Okay, if I take you away... Alright, I have that problem. Okay, hold up, hold up, hold up. I can put you here, right? Okay. Got you there. Okay. This will actually be simple now. Because I've got the standard building blocks coming in. So I just need to pick off of there into this one. And pull off some wolfram powder, which I think is just right there. And then those two will give me ammo. Send it to another storage. And because I got the teleport here, it's not as annoying as before, where I would have to run from one area all the way to the other. I can just take the teleporter, come back, grab some ammo, and head out. I just gotta wait for this rupture. We can go out and finish that. And that solves yet another problem. So we fixed the intermediate. About to fix standard ammo. Got a bunch of feeder bases in. Got the basis of the elevated platform that all of our rails are going to go on from here all the way to that next base area. I almost want to separate the standard items from the later items and send those up to that base we're going to build, just so I have even more materials to go with. That extra calcium. If I can go over that edge, if there's any wolf from over there by that extra calcium, I may just end up coming up with like a chemical plant and just pump a ton of chemical. There's sulfur nearby, so maybe we can end up making 2, 3 refineries making sulfuric acid. Would be such a huge deal. Or I could take that extra calcium where we have it, and if I can find somewhere around here where I can pull some extra wolfram, and then even though I don't like dispatchers, I could send that through one single dispatcher to combine with there to, again, if I can make 2, 3, maybe even 4 of those refineries for sulfuric acid. Oh, that's huge, because that's like probably one of my biggest issues right now is sulfuric acid because of the chemicals. So if I can get a huge giant chemical thing and then right next to it pull the sulfur to turn it into the sulfuric acid and then send that over to that base, that's huge. That's like game changer. Gotcha. All right, let me get this put together real fast. Okay, I need to figure out where I can set this. Oh, I have to wait for the base core. Duh. Okay, come on. Okay, how easy for... Oh, that's beautiful. Oh my goodness, that's perfect. Okay, can I make it from here to there? I can. Alright, let's take you. You're going to be standard ammo. Come back over here. You're also going to be standard ammo. Right? Yep, basic building, wolfram powder. And I think wolfram powder is right over here. It is. Okay. Okay, this is my basic building blocks. So I think what I needed to do is... Where are you coming in from? There? Because I think I want that to go underneath is the way to make that happen. Yep. Okay, let's finish running you. Okay, you go into there. You're still feeding in where we need you for the base are the advanced building blocks. Okay. Are you lined up there? Yes. Can I run you up there? Yes. So I'm going to put you to here. Put you up there. Now I just need to get... Oh, it wasn't powder. It was just those two. Shoot. Okay, I do think I have it here, though. Okay, wire. Okay, these two are powder. This would be the spot. To put in one of these. Still need to connect. Whoop, nope. You to there. Good. And why does it feel like there's already wolfram powder on you? Why would there be? So maybe it already started calling it and it was nearby. Because yes, it is actually sending you in there. I didn't have to piggyback anything else after all. Okay. I'll take it. Okay, and so you are now making standard ammo. And sending it right to here. Okay. I honestly wasn't expecting it to go like that. That's funny. I'm wondering if it's because it was on the same 5 rail and so it jumped over, which means if once they fix it, it won't. That's fine. I'm not worried about that. Wow. So now I got the one-stop shop. I can come over here for basic building, advanced building, standard ammo. Cool. All right. Well, I think that's unfortunately that's gonna be like a stopping point because it's at the end-ish of the stream, and I hate starting new projects if I can't finish them. And the next things are definitely all gonna take a little bit. So we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna go ahead and call this here. I got a lot of work to do today and tomorrow, so it's gonna be a busy day for me. I got a lot of stuff to figure out for that intermediate over there before we do that big one. And plus I gotta route all this stuff too. So, yep, let's go ahead and hit the save on there. And I will, like I said, we'll go ahead and call this here. I appreciate everyone coming by, hanging out. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you are watching on Twitch and you haven't already followed, I would really appreciate it if you would consider that. And if you're watching on YouTube, and you enjoyed this, please hit that like button, leave a comment, and if you haven't already subscribed, I would appreciate that as well. But with that being said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.